I mean, you're advising insolvency people. What happens when you've got someone who, you've got a buyer who has got proven funds to buy, and they're going to meet the deadline, and then if someone else comes in right at the death offering to pay twice as much, you can't substantiate that they've got the money. I mean, what happens in those scenarios?
Well, oftentimes it comes down to skillful negotiation. You need to convince the seller that you're the buyer for them, that you've got the interest in the long-term viability of the business. Many of these people in the SME market, and also in the larger markets as well, they have employees that they're incredibly loyal to and have been loyal to them. So they're looking to service those loyalties by keeping these people employed, keeping the company viable, increasing yield for shareholders. And so it's a constant battle for them to keep these businesses competitive in a very difficult market. And that's more so now than ever, and than it ever has been with the pandemic. So when you are in these negotiations, you want to convince the seller that you're the right buyer for them. In many cases, you're dealing with a beauty pageant where you've got a lot of potential acquirers of a business, and you need to convince the seller that you're the right party to be buying the business. Now, a lot of people are very attached to their business, the employees they've had for many, many years, and they want to make sure the business is viable and growing, but they've still got the distressed debt situation or insolvency threats around the corner, and the pandemic is simply making that worse. So what you need to do is convince them that you're the right fit for them, you're going to increase the benefits of the business, and that it's going to be a good partnership. One person's merger is another person's takeover. And so in cases, you need to convince them that when you do invest or acquire the majority interest in their business, it's not a bad thing for them, it's a good thing.